say, I am such a fan of the show. Are we so excited to discuss Arrow here in Wales? Yes. Welcome, guys. We're just going to ask a couple questions, then we'll get to the fans' questions. We'll start with you, Stephen. How are you enjoying beautiful Wales so far?
It's lovely. No, it's great. I've been over in the UK for, I think we got here in the 30th, so came up here. It's lovely. First time here.
First time in Wales. Round of applause. A warm Welsh welcome to you. Colton, have you had a chance to see the sights of Wales yet?
I've been here a couple times, but I tend to just stay in the hotel. But I have the beautiful drives, the long drives to the countryside, and what are you saying? But very nice, and the sun is out, so I'm very grateful for that. So it is really freaking hot, but yeah, go Wales.
Go Wales. How about you, Brandon? Are you enjoying your time here so far?
Absolutely. I always enjoy being in the UK, or in Wales also. Right? I'm learning. I never get a chance so far to be a tourist, but I know there are a lot of castles that I have to see here. I like castles, so I'll be back again for that.
And Mr. Barrowman.
Con at a castle. CastleCon.
Mr. Barrowman, this is like your backyard here in Wales.
Yeah,
I love it
I
here.
live 30 minutes down the road in Sully. We have a house in Sully. We also have a place in the bay, in Who Towers. Who? Yeah. And I've been saying to Stephen for a long time, you got to come to Wales, haven't I? Yeah. Yep, got to come to Wales, got to see it. And if we had more time, I was going to take them out.
Right.
Yes.
I didn't know
on a Friday or a Saturday night in Cardiff. Get them the chips, gravy, put them in a tube top, short shorts, get them out down Chip Alley.
John, in fairness, you took me to a drag show in Edinburgh in 2023, and I need at least a year to recover from that.
But you've never been, the thing is at Chip Alley with the chips, you've never been attacked by a seagull when you're pissed. It's the best experience in the world.
Love that. So glad you brought your tube top as well. You know how to do it right. We have to go back to the beginning before we get to the fan questions here. Let's talk about how you were each cast in the role in Arrow. What was the casting process like? What was your journey into the show? We'll start with you.
So I went to a hockey game with my cousin Robbie on a Saturday night, and he went, hey, I'm going in to audition for Arrow. And I went, what's that? He went, it's based on the Green Arrow. And I went, who's that? And he said, I read the script, and I'm going in because my agents want me to go in, but all I could picture when I was reading the script was you. So I went in on a Tuesday, had a call back on a Thursday, worked with our pilot director David Nutter on a Saturday, and was cast the following Tuesday. Apparently acting's easy. It could not have been an easier process. It was really cool.
Meant to be.
You're not right for a part until you're perfect for it. What was that? You're not right for a part until you're perfect for it.
Let that one sink in. What was it like for you being cast in Arrow?
I had just gotten off of a show, and then one of the producers had called me, because I'd known this producer for a long time, and asked if I would come and do an episode. And I was like, yeah, I'd love to, that's awesome. And so then I went and did one, and then it turned into 3, and then I think it turned into 6, and then they asked me to come back full time. But I think it was the chemistry with my character and or me and Willa had such a cool chemistry. And yeah, I think it was just, it happened so fast. Was your mic reverberating when you were talking? I can now hear I'm like,
there's no feedback.
I'm like, is my mic broken?
we have some of ourselves in here?
I lost interest in what I was saying, which happens very frequently. I started falling asleep, and I was like, "Shut up, Colton, go to bed." But so that's what happened with me. And the rest is history. So.
My friend Robbie Amell called me and said, "Hey." Thank you. I thought it was going to work. I had a meeting about Ray Palmer and the Atom, and I really didn't know that much about the Atom. So I did a little research, and I went and met with producers. I was concerned because, I played Superman, so I was like, I don't know if there's anything else that makes sense. Anything else that makes sense. And, but they won me over with, you get to be funny. And I thought, okay, fantastic. And then I read, the scenes that they had for Ray, and I thought, man, I can do this. This is cool, it's gonna be fun. And then I did it at a meeting, and then I did a chemistry with lovely Emily. Yeah, and she was amazing, so.
I was in my kitchen in Palm Springs, and Robbie Amell called me, and Brandon called me. No, I just completed. I've been out of Torchwood and Doctor Who for a couple years, and I was just doing other things, doing concerts, and I got a phone call from the producers, and they had me on a phone call, and they said, "We're creating this world. We've cast this young man called Stephen Amell." And while I was at my counter, because in the morning I'm always answering emails, I looked him up as they were doing it, and I looked at that, and I went to Scott, and they said, "Would you like to," and the reason that they hooked me, not just because of who the cast that was going to be in it, but the part was the passion that they had for the show. When they were describing it to me and they're talking to me about it, it was the same feeling I got when I was being talked to about Captain Jack and Doctor Who and the other shows that I was passionate about. So I felt the passion from these people who were creating it, and I said jokingly, absolutely, I want to be part of this world. They said you're going to be a character that comes in and out. It was a character that was not very developed in the DC world. Again, I looked up Merlin, as you looked up Adam, and there was a very little about him. But anyway, I said yes, and I said on one condition, that you give me a scene with Stephen topless. And I was joking. I was joking, but they did. I was not freaking joking. Of course, you know me well out here. I went to the scene with his top off.
No complaints from this audience, clearly. Well, I have one final question for these gentlemen, but as I ask that, if you guys would like to line up to the microphone here, and we're going to ask that you just have one question each so we can get as many as time will allow. Obviously, we're here to talk about Arrow. I would love to ask you guys each your earliest memories of superheroes and what superheroes really spoke to you when you were growing up, if any.
Oh, Christopher Reeve's Superman. Yeah. To this day, I cannot watch the scene where he gets the kryptonite necklace put on him by Lex Luthor. It ruined like a year of my childhood. Yeah, that for sure. And Michael Keaton Batman. Yeah, for sure.
Michael Keaton Batman, yeah. Great choices.
Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman, I think, was like. I remember it was just the most intoxicating thing, and you're laughing. I can see you. I have to look at you. It was incredible.
Iconic.
Like, still, I watched that video, the behind-the-scenes video, all the time on YouTube that came out of her actually doing the whipping scene. I actually never watched the movie. Like, no, I'm actually not serious. I only would watch her scenes because my brother was obsessed with superheroes, and I was like, I don't like you. I want to do everything opposite you. So I played like boring sports and stuff. But I was obsessed with her. Yeah. Don't know what the movie's about at all, but she's iconic.
I get it.
She's amazing in that movie. Christopher Reeve. watching the movie for the first time when I was, I don't know, 6, 7, 8, I'm not sure what age I was. My Superman pajamas, my cape, very excited, jumping off the couch all around to watch it at night at the house. And I was, well, maybe it was something 8, but I was so excited that I ended up having a migraine halfway through the movie. So the half of the movie was spent on the couch feeling terrible and throwing up. But it all worked out. That kind of inspired me from that point on. Yeah.
When I grew up in Scotland, we didn't have the superhero movies in the days in the 70s. So when I first moved to America, my friend Ross introduced me to Mego action figures. And that was my first introduction to what superheroes were, the Captain America, Thor, and also Superman. The first movie, the recollection, obviously, is Superman with Christopher Reeve, but my introduction to superheroes was creating those own little worlds with the action figures before I got to see any on screen.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's so interesting.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, thank you guys so much. We've got some questions here as Monopoly.
Thanks for being here. It's lovely to see all of you. So back in 2014, my first cosplay was Green Arrow cosplay because I just loved the show so much. And I was wondering what TV shows have like really resonated with you or characters that really stuck with you?
Our favorite TV
What
shows?
Ones we've played or ones that we like
That
watching?
you like watching and just make you
Okay.
feel like comforted, just watch them.
I would, TV show wise, I'm really into at the moment The Boys.
It's fine, yeah.
He said that's comforting, like I'm not into boys. You know what I mean? I mean men, but you know what I mean. I forgot how funny you are. I know it's very violent.
I'm honored you gave me a joke that I didn't even tell.
No, my husband Scott, I sat him down because I've watched the whole series. I sat him down to. I like them because they're flawed. They started out, you're like, oh my gosh, this is great and wonderful, and you realize how flawed they are. Kind of like Torchwood, everybody's flawed. But I sat my husband down, and Brandon, he did the exact same thing. He literally stood up at one point because there was, what's his name was having sex with an octopus, right? And someone was getting blown up in the background.
I was talking with Jensen yesterday, and I'm like, I haven't seen a single episode. I'm saving it like a fine wine.
Right.
But apparently, what I'm missing out on is someone having sex with an octopus.
And the other thing, what's crazy, crazy. Scott, my husband, who nothing phases, literally did this to me and went, there's something wrong with you. And walked out of the room. He's like, what are you? And he turned and he went, what are you watching? I went, I really like it. Funny story, Jensen, his character.
Go on.
No, I was contacted, I read for it, but I didn't get it. Yeah. I know, whatever, it wasn't, if you're not perfect for the part, you're not perfect for the part, right.
Exactly right.
So that's what I'm into. I'm into
Yes.
Go ahead.
I don't know. What's coming to mind, because I've been talking about it with somebody this weekend, was Superstore. That was good during the pandemic. Just fantastic performances, lovely characters, and a great time. Yeah, I like that show. Comedy.
Probably the only show I've ever seen in my life is The Comeback with Lisa Kudrow. A lot of people don't know about it. It's the funniest show in the history of television.
They might make a second season.
They made a second one, they might make a third one. Yeah,
Exactly right,
So
yes.
they made it. I won't
Don't call it
try to
comeback.
sell you on the show, but it is the funniest show. The Comeback, yeah, with Lisa Kudrow.
My favorite, Don Draper in Mad Men. And not just that, but my favorite episode ever of Mad Men was when Don goes to California and he falls in love. And in the middle of that episode, which I was rewatching for like the 4th time, there's this girl that shows up to the office, and she's so beautiful that no one is getting their work done. Okay? And so, in the middle of rewatching it for like the 4th time, I paused it, looked this person up, and we are now married. Yes, Cassandra, my wife.
Watching TV pays off, doesn't it?
It's amazing.
You were on, I didn't listen because Scott and I are in the middle of watching it because we didn't watch it before. We're watching it now. I didn't want to spoil it, but you ended up in an episode by accident?
No! I was rewatching an episode, I paused it, I went on IMDb, I looked up who this super attractive girl was, cyberstalked her, and then she was pregnant.
He Googled himself a wife, okay? It happens.
But wait, how did you actually meet her then?
How did she get
Did
pregnant?
you slide into the DMs?
No. I looked her up online, she lives in LA, we were going to the same event 2 nights later. I went up, I introduced myself, I said, you were fantastic on Mad Men, wanted to leave it at that, and then she gave me your number.
Can you give me a shot?
No.
You Don Drapered her so hard. That's what Don Draper would do.
That's right.
Yeah. Round of applause for Googling and IMDb your way into a fabulous relationship. That is cool. Great question. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Have a lovely rest of your day.
Thank you.
All right.
Hi, Sam.
Hey, and Brandon, I know we saw each other at the photo booth.
Yeah.
Great to see you again. And John, Colton, and Steve, pleasure to see you. And this question is actually for Brandon. And it's about Stop Pilgrim versus the World. Has anyone seen Stop Pilgrim? That's not the reaction I was looking for, but I'll accept it.
That was pretty good.
Okay. We also had the anime series from last year, and you were famous for playing Todd Edlund, Ramona's third evil ex. How would you compare Stop Pilgrim versus the World to Stop Pilgrim Takes Off?
Animated. Everybody gets to have a little bit more screen time and develop the exes especially, which is great. And we have more love and romance for everybody, which is awesome. Even more laughs, more quotable things, and sparks. Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that, Brandon. And what did I say? I'm addicted to Stop Pilgrim.
Rightfully so. Thank you.
Thank you, Sam. Thanks so much.
You're welcome. See you soon, Brandon.
You can grab, there you go.
Yeah, take it out.
Challenging stunt.
It was challenging stunt.
There was a stunt at the beginning of season 2 where Diggle and Felicity come to Leanne U, and I'm on there by myself, and I think Felicity steps on a landmine, and I swing down from the tree, and I was very demonstrative. I was young. And I was very much like, I'm doing this stunt, and no one else is doing it. And they said, no, we have to have a double. And I said, well, I'm going to do it shirtless, and now you can't. And then I was 60 feet up in the tree, and I was like, I have made a giant mistake. and now I have to live with it. And I did.
You did it.
I did.
How many times did it take to swing it? Could you swing it?
We did it 3 times. Ironically, the thing that injured me was them pulling the ripcord to stop me from swinging. Yeah.
I mean, probably, I've never told, it's the stunt.
Oh, yeah.
It was more like challenging because I was just in freaking shock. I was like, it was the scene, I think it was season 2 maybe? It was, we were on the docks and this big explosion happened and they told us, they were like, okay, you might feel a little bit of the force from it. And
There are tires flying by.
yeah, and I'm like, oh, we'll be fine. And like, I mean, I'm a lot shorter than Steven, and everyone's like, it'll be okay. They put the mats kind of far away. and then it blew up, and I flew through frame. Like, I flew way past the mats. But I was just in shock, and we were all laughing so hard. But there's got to be footage out there of just a crash dummy flying, which was me. And it even blew you like past it too. But yeah. But I think mostly when I was doing the stunts, we had group things. Anytime I would go to do something, everyone would just laugh. And I'm like, I think it was just because there was something about when we're all together, one person would crack or one person would break. And there was that scene where I had to zip line down from something and I never hit my mark and everyone lost it. But mine was more just, that was so embarrassing because it wasn't my fault I wasn't hitting the mark. It was, I wasn't controlling the zip line, but it was just the way I was landing and I was trying to make everyone laugh. But yeah.
I had forgotten about that. I think I peed a little bit.
Yeah, and it was, yeah. So it was like most of the time they just didn't have me in group scenes because I would just start trying to make everyone laugh. Yes, that's why it's difficult.
I guess that should be about Arrow, huh?
No.
No? Okay.
Could be anything.
Well, I would say it's Amell. Good job, Stephen. I applaud you. It's very challenging. And I could barely do it. And I learned how to do it the day before we did it, which was a bad choice. But it was the only time I had because I'd worked on that for like 3 hours, maybe 2 hours, felt like 3 hours. And I was like, I got like 2 in a row. I was like, yeah. I was destroyed the next day. When we actually filmed it, like nothing left. Anyway, that was challenging, but fun. But the most like brutal stunt I've ever done was, I think, probably in Superman Returns, when I'm getting beat up on New Krypton by Lex and his thugs through the cold water and all that kind of stuff. I didn't have to do a lot of acting. It was pretty real, and kind of cool, but also challenging.
There's two. The first one was ever when I did a fight scene with Steven, and
My leg's almost better.
yeah, and I had to kick through a wall, and I had to then, he was on the ground as Greeno, and I had to then come up to him and kick, and he would, come back or whatever, it looked like he was being kicked, but I had on steel toe cap boots. And they didn't tell me that they were Harley Davidson steel toe cap boots. And plus I was also in a GIMP mask and thing. And I couldn't see and I couldn't breathe. And I brought that GIMP mask home for a Friday. But anyway, that's what I kicked through the wall. Steven went down and I went, bam! And I kicked him right in the shins. And literally he was like, I was mortified. I'm like, I'm so sorry. I said, I know I hate you right now. He's like, I freaking hate you. No, I'll kill you. And all this kind of stuff. But it was very embarrassing. The other one was similar in Torchwood. I kicked a stuntman, accidentally kicked him in the mouth, smashed his teeth. He was bleeding and I was mortified. And the stunt coordinator came over to me and said, don't worry about it, John. That's what they're paying for. Fucking hit me. Sorry. He went, he was a cop and he was caught me and he went, get back and hit your mark, don't worry about it. Clean your mouth up. That was it. But the stunt guys, I must say, all of us did stunt work, and we did what we could. Steven did way more than everybody else. But we had a great stunt team on Arrow that were amazing and did some of the most incredible stunts that you've ever seen on a television show.
Keep the applause going because this is going to be an incredible wrestler as well. Very impressive stuff. Yes! Absolutely. Hi there, we got a question right here.
Hi, yeah, I've taken my boots off, so I'm a bit shorter now. Me and Colton, we had a great conversation earlier about queer artists. So I want to ask, you can answer as you or your character, like what would be your favorite queer anthem?
Queer anthem?
Yeah. It could be classic, it could be new.
YMCA. It's not technically, but it became that. But no, that's not my answer. You guys go first.
I am not prepared for this question.
Throw the curveball, you know.
Gosh. Yeah, anything Trap Alone, that's always good.
Yeah.
obsessed. We talked about earlier, I'm obsessed with music. So, yeah, but I've been currently just obsessed with. I mean, I think the whole world is obsessed with Chapel Roan. Yeah, but is Baby Got Back a queer anthem? Maybe. I like how I'm looking at you. Is it?
But it doesn't. what did you?
I like how I'm looking at you, Steve. I'm gonna go to
Wicked?
No, I said I like how I'm looking at you, Steven, and then I'm our founding queer.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
But you don't have to just be queer to like queer anthems. You can be allies,
Yeah.
which we have on stage and all that kind of stuff. But what did you say?
What did I say?
Yeah, what song?
Well, I said, is Baby Got Back a queer anthem, but I don't think so.
You know what? Whatever you get out of it, it can be a queer anthem.
Oh, well, in that case, the original John Williams Superman score, that's my queer anthem.
There you go. There you go. Because it was about a man. It was about a man. You're watching a man in tights. There you go.
Right tights.
It can be interpreted in its own way. I think queer stuff, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. My queer anthem is a song I sing all the time in my shows. I am what I am.
Yeah.
So it's a classic. And then the other one I would have to say would be Born This Way, Gaga.
Oh yeah.
Well, I'm sorry for you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks very much.
This isn't a thank you. So me and Billy, we met at the Comic-Con and we became like instant best friends, and literally a month later, we've been like cosplaying the Canary Sisters since we met, and honestly, just the show and all you guys just producing the show has really brought us together and made us like lifelong friends, so thank you very much.
Brilliant. That's one of the things that I love about Cons. And I've got a lot of people, I've had quite a few people come up to the table today and say exactly that, that they met somebody and they wanted to thank, me personally because I brought them together and they're best friends now. And that's what this is all about. It's about meeting like-minded people that you can, gel with and have fun with and make friends with. It's great. Or fall in love with, whatever.
Yeah.
Finding community.
Yes,
Find your
community.
tribe. Exactly. We love that. Hi there.
All the class to see Chuck yet?
Chuck? Yes, I am Chuck.
Have you seen it?
Yes. Have they seen Chuck?
I haven't. Chuck?
TV show Chuck.
No, I haven't seen it.
I have. I have not. Yes, I have.
Yeah. Love it.
Hey for
But I
Chuck.
don't even watch the
What's up, bro?
Hi.
This question is for Stephen. I was actually gutted to hear
He always said hi.
Sorry. I was actually gutted to hear about the cancelling of Heels. It was an absolutely amazing last season and where it left off. But I just wanted to ask about the kind of preparation for the wrestling and everything like that. How does that differ from
I mean, they built us a gym, they gave us a wrestling ring, and we went in there every day and trained like pro wrestlers. The good thing about Suits is it has been licensed to Netflix, and it's going to come out on Netflix on September 15th. And if you could please give it a double thumbs up, there is a pathway to a third season.
Did it move to Netflix, or they were just
Anyway, it moved to Netflix.
I have a question. Is there a reason why you're doing another show that's named after an article of clothing?
Heels, suits.
So,
Heels, suits, pants,
I feel like
Handbags.
hats.
Hats coming soon.
Yeah, hats coming soon.
that's a sitcom.
Yeah. It's a half-hour, 3-camera. Starring Stephen Amell.
Great question. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Do you wrestle?
No, I'd love to.
You should.
Like you do.
That's a good Welsh lad. Are you from Wales? Yeah. I can tell.
Hi, Anthony. Sorry, I'm just giggling up here. Go ahead.
Oh, hey guys, right? throughout your acting careers, what have been the most memorable moments, would you say, just in general?
Being cast as Superman. And then being asked to come back.
Would have to say mine would be, I mean, there's a lot of memorable moments because our careers take us wonderful places, we meet great people, we make friends, all sorts of stuff, but I'd have to really, really say mine was being cast in Doctor Who. It changed my life.
I got to do this, like, it was maybe a year, 2 years ago, I got to do this incredible music video for Tyler Childers, this incredible country artist. And the story, it was the first time they'd ever shown a, like, gay love story in a music video. And it's such a beautiful video. We were nominated for a Grammy. That was incredible, but on this, so work-wise, but I met Brandon when I was in high school. I had won, I'll just say one, that's not the real story. But I had won tickets to the Superman premiere. I'd never met anyone. I'm from like Kansas, just moved from Texas, so like never even, I think that was one of the first times I'd ever been on a plane. Knew nothing about Hollywood. I went to the premiere, took a picture with Brandon at the after party, and I had like brown swoopy hair. And I was like so starstruck. I never even thought I was gonna like get out of the farm, but it was crazy. Then like cut to 10 years later, we were working on the same show. So it was just like such a wild, like how crazy those, life can kind of change. So yeah, he was very difficult to work with and like didn't live up to like what I thought he was when I first met him. But we're friends now. He was amazing. So yeah.
Colton, do you still have this photo? Colton, do you still have this photo somewhere?
Oh, I do, and it's somewhere online because I posted it.
Yes.
For one, I'm like, I'm never gonna tell Brandon the story. The first thing I say to him, I met you when I was a teenager.
I just want to see your hair in that
easily find
picture.
it. I can find it. It's super embarrassing, but yeah.
Man, it's really difficult to pinpoint because I think of a couple of different things, and they mostly relate to Arrow, and it's maybe like the first time that you get to put on the superhero suit, which is amazing, and you get to walk out on set and you're like, oh my god, I'm wearing a superhero suit, and this is what I do for a living. What? But then I also think back to, the 100th episode party that we had for Arrow, and all the people that took the better part of a decade in their lives and made that their livelihood, and how much appreciation they had for the effort that everyone put in. I think back to like the rap gift that I did after season 8. We rented out Rogers Arena where the Vancouver Canucks played. We did a Team Arrow versus Team Flash hockey game. And then we did a big family skate afterwards. And we're Canadian, and we like hockey. And it's just moments like that. Who do you think?
Flash can run, but he can't skate.
Thank you so much.
That was just Stephen, because I know if I can add to that, the moment when you are cast in a show that you know the show is going to be built around you, that you're the character, that they're creating that show, that's that kind of feeling. It's a wonderful feeling. Amazing.
Well, I'm so sorry we have run out of time for more questions, but the problem is you're too damn popular. All the fans need to go see you in the autograph and photo op areas. But a final question for me before we let you guys go meet the rest of your adoring fans. What's next for you after Comic-Con Wales? Professionally, personally, what are you guys looking forward to when you leave Wales? After you leave leave us here in Wales, what are you looking forward to? Whether it's a new project or just personal relaxation? Driving home for you, Mr. Barrowman.
Oh no, I've said this earlier. I've got my concert tour coming up, and we're releasing more dates tomorrow, which are January and February for Wales, for Scotland, and for other bits of England, and we're doing that. So, and also Scott and I do our house designing on the side, and we're redesigning Sully. So expect us back in Wales a bit.
I have an independent film that got selected for Toronto International Film Festival. I'm very excited. I've never been to a fancy, cool film festival, and it's a movie that I'm in, so that's cool. It's called Ick, and it's a PG-13 monster sci-fi horror comedy thing. It's fun. Ick, I-C-K. It's like The Blob meets Varsity Blues meets Jurassic Park. Can you imagine? And there's football. That's because of Varsity Blues. I got to throw a football for the first time, and yeah, it's fun. Anyway, not for the first time in my life, but yeah.
But you threw a football.
I did it well too. I've been practicing all my life. Finally used my skills. I can't wait to see it. Yeah.
I have like 10 outdoor cats now. I have one indoor cat, 10 outdoor cats. And I have like 2 skunks, 2 raccoons, and I feed all of them. It's freaking Colton Doolittle, literally, in my house. This is not a joke. And then, no, this is actually crazy. So then a dog showed up on a leash outside my house, and I'm like, why is this freaking happening? So, do what?
You heard the news?
Yeah, they're like, let's go to this cat lady's house, and then she'll feed us. And so I'm just like running a zoo. We're not open for admission yet, but like, if you guys can, maybe you guys come over and like pay admission so I can get them some nice food or something. But, so I'm doing that. Just a lot of fun things over in Studio City, California. Yeah. So that's really all I do. So.
You're a really good photographer.
Oh, that's what I do, like that's like full time for me because I finally finished school. Yes, degree. Yes, knowledge is power. I hated school. School sucked. But yeah, so that's what I do. Yeah. Ooh, school, especially for like something that you don't need a degree for, like photography or math. Anyway, that's my answer. So yeah, no, I'm just, just out here. I know, I can't stop. I'm trying to find like a button, and I'm just like, once again, losing interest on what I say. You're trying to find a button. And I'm like, how do you end this story?
See?
And that's all, folks.
That's it, there you go.
Give it up for Colton's answer, everybody. Colton's answer.
I just wrapped a movie called The Lighthouse on Little Lorraine, where I play a coal miner that accidentally becomes a drug kingpin.
Accidentally. Accidentally.
Yeah, accidentally. He's got a good heart. And then I'm going to go do a limited series in Toronto in October, and then we start filming Suits LA in Los Angeles, which is amazing, in November.
Yes, lots to look forward to.
For those of you who don't understand, he says it's amazing, and the reason being, mostly when we film a show, they take you out of your home state, like California, they move you somewhere else. Your family has to come with you. It's a big people don't get this. It's a big uprooting to go do something, or you leave your family behind. He gets to shoot one of the luckiest sons of bitches, like literally, and I was so happy for him when he posted it. I sent him heart emojis, and I'm like, you're so happy right now. It's like, how many minutes away from your front door?
Well, that's fucking great.
Well, Well, that's my way of sending a heart emoji. You knew what I meant. But it's like 30 minutes from or less from his doorstep, and it's brilliant to be able to do that.
So cool. Lots to look forward to. We are wishing you continued success, and thank you for making memories with us here in Wales. You guys are so amazing to your
Wait,
fans.
what are you doing after the con?
Post-show rosé. That's what I'm doing. A little PSR action. That's my honest answer.
Knocking Point has a great rosé. Knocking Point, me too.
Yes, indeed. Well, guys, honestly, the way you've been with your fans all weekend, we've heard nothing but great feedback because you're all wonderful. Thank you for being here. And Wales, please show your fans